Okay, we are back. We are working on stripping the wires, not naked, but we are working on basically taking the casing off so we can get the wires exposed so we can land them on our breaker, which is right here. And like I said before, you'll normally see the hot wire that carries the power through. It's normally black or red, or it really depends on the markings that you go by. So, this is what it is, and let's keep going. What I do here is I notch it a little bit, kind of like an X-way, and then I slide it down very slowly. Gotta remember, your knife's gotta be semi-dull, so you're not going to puncture the inside of the wires. It comes with practice. Basically what I'm doing is I'm stripping and sliding down with a line, and what happens here is you take out this insulation. Okay, normally in the residential areas you'll normally have a paper here. There's a lot of paper. So basically you kind of go like that and then hold the wire, kind of pull on it, get rid of this, get rid of the paper. And what I like to do is I like to tie these up so you can still see a little bit of insulation here. That way you know you're not going to over jam the wire. Okay. If you can't really see it, I'll show you in a little bit. But basically this is a process. I still got to work with this wire, and I'll show you how we're going to put that in there through a connector, which is a Romex connector. It's a special connector that only this wire requires. Okay, it could be a plastic, could be a metal. So just keep on going on it. Stay tuned. In a little bit I will show you how to actually know which wire you're using and which wire you're going to be landing and how to do it. So like I said, I'm repeating the process again so I can expose my wires. Gotta remember, in our particular case we are waiting for a company, electrical company, to come in now and give us some juice. Currently we have no juice here because it's a new service. We just got it inspected. We're running all the wires, so I'm doing it on not live wires. But if we were here after the fact, and if we were just running these wires here around the garage, we always have to be careful, because if you work, these two wires here, they're gonna be live sometime, and after the fact, when you come in to do anything, always be careful, because all of this will be live. You don't want it to be live, and one of these touched one of these ground wires, which is a conductor, and it's exposed, So what it is it's easy for you to go like that if you're not careful and get electrocuted, which is, I would not recommend. If you're not sure, always contact a professional, or you can ask me. I'll walk you through. Just subscribe to my channel, give us likes, and we'll continue. This is one of the projects that I just happen to pick first. We've been waiting for a disconnect and reconnect for quite some time, because due to the weather, the electrical company just coming out today. We've been waiting 3 weeks for them. But I understand they had a couple outages and stuff like that, so they scheduled us in. I'm basically just kind of killing time, at the same time working. We are gonna be doing lighting in here in the garage, and I'll show you probably gonna be in this episode, hopefully. If not, it'll be another one coming out shortly, how to install garage lights. They're LEDs. They're 1 inch. Actually, no, they're actually 4 footers by 6 inches. So they're like kind of like a long ones. So what's gonna happen now is, now that we have our Romex wires, I gotta go get a connector for this. So we're gonna, and I'll show you in a little bit how we're gonna install this inside the load center through a connector. Might have a connector here, but basically what you do is you have this is your ground and neutral, okay, buses, and I'll show you in a second. All right, so what you want to do is basically this here is your grounds, so you want to put a neutral wire and a ground wire on the buses right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a buses with the holes in it. So what happens is you put wires inside the holes and it makes a good connection, you know. So, you know, keep tuned, and I'm gonna be working on it right now. Sorry for the movement there. Here we go. So basically what I do is they have a stripper. I don't know if I can show you it. Basically there's insulation and white wire, which is neutral wire, and hot wire. So they make these cool, neat little strippers here with holes in it, and each hole corresponds a wire gauge. So in this case we're going to be stripping a 2 wire or 12 wire, and the 12 wire would be the second one right here. So but first I'd like to measure everything, you know, and kind of like make it nice and neat, you know, then kind of bend it here. And what I do is I usually use 4 fingers to measure, and if you do each wire 4 fingers to go, you know, just to measure, it'll give you a reference point, and the panel will be nice and neat. Doesn't matter how many wires you have, or, you know, you always want to keep a neat, professional look, like everywhere else you go. You know, you wake up, you go wash your face, right? Brush your teeth. See, the electric, it's something similar to it, you know, with the maintenance. It's like you gotta maintain it right to have the outcome. So, and what you do is you kind of land them on inside the screw right here. There's a screw, and what you do is you use flathead screwdriver and kind of hand tighten it. Now we have our 1 circuit, ground and neutral, landed on the screw where it's supposed to be. Now what I like to do is I like to kind of put the hot ones away, so I know that circuit's done. That one's ready to go to a breaker. So we'll repeat the process. We'll take the neutral and copper wire, which is our ground, and we're gonna measure. Measure nice. Do the old 4-finger cut. Okay. Strip the wire with number 12. Okay, nice exposed wire there. And we're gonna land that on one of these screws. This panel has, nice and convenient, it's got 2 bars. I don't know if you can see, but it's got 2 bars of neutral and ground. One here and one right here on this side. So it makes it a little easier for the wires to be distributed properly. Okay. Give me a second. I will return with you in a second, and I'll show you how to install a 220 volt 30 amp wire onto a breaker.